Hello, Monsieur Lane.
Ah, the delectable Nicole Collard, super sleuth. How may I be of service?
I was hoping I'd find you here.
Always available for a lovely lady such as yourself.
What do you know about the owner of La Malédiction?
That was Henri's business. He found the painting and did the deal with the owner.
Would anybody else know anything about the owner?
Not likely. He kept especially quiet about that one. But he always kept a manifest for every exhibition.
I'm writing a follow-up piece on the gallery theft.
Ah, so you need an inside view. Authoritative.
Something like that.
The police have finished in the gallery. We could chat in the office. It's much more comfortable. More intimate. I might even be able to rustle up a little bottle of champagne.
Maybe later. I have some things to do first.
Maybe next time, then.
Henri's death. It must be so very hard for you.
Yes, I shall miss him deeply. We had such a very special relationship. The loss is so hard to endure, even for a man of such inner strength as myself.
Did I show you my press card?
The sticky one. Maybe you should order a replacement.
You mentioned a manifest. How would one get a look at that?
One might start in the office. That's where Henri kept most of his paperwork.
About the gallery.
Of course, my dear. We can go there now, if you would like.
That sounds great.
We can discuss my ordeal over a glass of champagne.
A cozy chat with Lane was the last thing I wanted. But it was my best hope if I wanted to get a look around the office. So, what are we waiting for?
After you, my dear.
The place was heaving with junk. Finding what I wanted wouldn't be easy. As Lane sat down, something stuck out from beneath the cushion. It looked like a folder. Whatever it was, the police had missed it. I needed to get it.
Come, join me on the couch. I'm ready for you. You will be gentle with me, won't you?
Oh, I'm never gentle, Monsieur Lane.
Oh. Oh. Do call me Hector.
Lane hadn't noticed the folder. With that amount of padding, who would? The only way to get hold of it was to distract him. Monsieur Lane?
Hector, please.
Is there anything you can tell me about the painting?
It was an absolute treat to come across it. A true undiscovered gem.
There's no denying it is a fantastic painting. What can you tell me about the religious significance?
Of course, there is a deep religious symbolism locked within the painting, too. Central to this must be the pantheon of saints.
I see Henri had a statue of himself.
Yes, for a man of high aspiration, he had alarmingly low taste. Nevertheless, I shall miss him. We were like family.
What will happen to this place now?
Henri's widow will decide, poor soul. She may find it in her heart to keep me around.
Oh, I'm sure she will. So you really don't know who owns the Serp?
I'm sorry, my dear, I really don't.
Oh, Hector. Perhaps I will join you in that glass of champagne.
But of course, champagne, nature's balm in troubled times.
To new friends!
To love! Oh, mon Dieu, that is so cold!
Oops, silly me. I am so sorry.
I'll have to dry this off. Don't you worry, my dear.
In the folder was a list of all the paintings in the exhibition. La Malediccio had to be there. It was. And next to it was the owner's name, Mr. Medovsky. The police had obviously not spotted the folder. I put it back. I had what I needed for my story. Monsieur Lane, thanks for everything. But I think I hear my editor calling.
Ma chérie, no need to leave so soon. It's only a little spillage.
And I found out who claims to own La Malediccio. Some guy named Medovsky. Sounds Russian, right?
Medovsky, my God.
Who is he?
He's new on the oligarch block. Fresh into London from Russia, with ambition and a bloody reputation. Collard, this is way over your head. I'm gonna put a more experienced crime journalist on the story. I can't afford for you to get hurt.
Relax, Ronnie. This is my story. Leave it with me. Let's discuss it over lunch tomorrow.
Okay. But don't do anything more. See you tomorrow.
Ronnie didn't trust me on this story, but I wasn't going to let him give it to someone else. I was going to have to move fast. Come in. Hi, Georges. Great to see you.
Hope you don't mind me just dropping in.
No, not at all. How are you getting on?
Pretty good. I found the gun that was used in the robbery.
I'm impressed.
Yeah? Well, Nave wasn't. He accused me of trying to plant it, and then of being involved in Henri's death. Then he threw me into a cell. He couldn't make a stick, of course, so he had to let me go this morning. But he's convinced I'm involved. So if I put a foot wrong, he'll nail me next time. But, hey, on the bright side, have I got a story for you. Annette, the manager at Vera Security, lied about the owner of the company. When I pieced together that shredded letter, I got a name, Medovsky.
Medovsky! That's the same guy who claims to own La Malediccio.
What? He owns the painting and Vera Security? He has to be the one behind this whole scam.
You're telling me? We have to be sure.
What the?
I cannot sleep on that bed. It is too soft.
Georges, this is Senor Marquez.
Nice to meet you.
So you are this George, huh?
Senor Marquez is staying in the apartment across the hall. Apparently, he's the real owner of La Malediccio.
What? I thought you said Medovsky was the owner.
Senor Marquez claims the painting was stolen from his family during the Spanish Civil War.
Really? Do you have any proof?
Senor Marquez, could you show him the photograph?
Who's this?
My father. When they came for us in 38, I fled with my mother. But my father was not so lucky.
How can we prove this is you as a child?
The dates would tie up, George.
Who's this?
My mother, a good woman, a saint.
That's definitely La Malediccio hanging on the wall?
It belonged to my family, so it belongs to me.
If the painting really was stolen during the 1930s, then this Smadovsky guy has no legitimate claim to it. But how can I be sure that you're the boy in that picture?
I can prove it. Look at my father in the photograph. You see the medallion he's wearing? He gave it to me just before he died. This medallion has been in our family for hundreds of years.
It's definitely the same medallion. A snake eating its own tail. That's also on the painting.
It is the Ouroboros.
The what?
The Ouroboros. It is a sign of my people, my family, my faith. The Gnostics. My father was a Gnostic leader. La Malediccio is sacred to the Gnostics. Hence they both display the Ouroboros.
A priest I met said the painting was the devil's work. A thing of evil.
Ha! He would say that. Do not believe all you hear from the church. Whatever you think, the painting is mine.
If Marquez was the true owner of Malediccio, then Madovsky had no legal claim to it. Might be tough to prove, but if I could, we wouldn't have to pay out on the insurance. So, if the painting belongs to you, how did Madovsky get it?
The fascists stole it. It went to Madrid, then Berlin, then, after the war, to Moscow. After that, it was lost, until now.
We need to talk to this Madovsky, but how do we find him? Hey, Nico?
Yes, George?
What do we know about this Madovsky character?
Ronnie said he was dangerous and very rich. He claims to be the owner of La Malediccio.
And appears to be the boss of Vera's security who were supposed to protect it. Now that kind of figures. The best way to steal something is to get hired to look after it. But why steal a painting you already own?
We need to talk to this guy.
To do that, we need to find him. So let's go over what we know about the thief.
Okay, well, he had a distinctive tattoo on one arm.
And his helmet had Waterloo Motors across it.
Not a lot to go on.
Why would somebody steal their own painting?
Insurance scam? But then why kill Henri?
I get the impression that Henri was somehow involved. I found the gun that Henri was shot with at Vera's security.
If Madovsky owns Vera Security, it means that he must know the killer.
Well, it can't be Annette, but she has to be involved in some way. You said the thief had a tattoo.
On his arm, it was a skull and crossbones with headhunters written around it.
We need to track down Waterloo Motors.
Have you tried the internet?
I've been kind of busy.
Okay, let's have a look. Waterloo Station, Battle of Waterloo, Waterloo Kebabs, Waterloo Sunset. Ah, here we go. Waterloo Motors. It's a garage in London. I'll send the number to your phone.
Here's the proof that Henri was involved in the robbery.
Interesting, but it doesn't help us find the killer.
Waterloo Motors.
Hi,
How can I help you?
my name is George Stobart. I'm investigating a murder that was committed here in Paris.
What's that got to do with us?
The guy we're looking for was wearing a helmet with Waterloo Motors on it.
Oh, yeah. It's a very popular helmet.
I don't suppose you know who might have bought one?
Well, not unless you've got any more information, mate.
The killer had a tattoo on his arm. It said, Headhunters.
Oh, I know that guy. Yeah, he bought one of our helmets just the other day.
Terrific. Do you know his name?
Nah. He brings his boss's Merc here to have it serviced. Word to the wise, though. I hear he don't mess about. The car's registered on Dutchy Street, if there's any help. I mean, that's all I know, mate, sorry.
No, that's more than enough. You've been a great help. Thanks for your time.
See ya.
Bingo!
Good work. That has to be the guy. And now we've got his address.
How about a trip to London?
I thought you'd never ask. Senor Marquez, will you be okay here?
The bed is uncomfortable, but it will do. Come back quickly with the painting, eh?
London cabbies. Gotta love them.
This is the place. Here on the right. To afford a place like this in London, you've got to be good at something. So, we clear on how we're going to do this?
Yeah, we're two insurance investigators, see? We finagle our way inside, butter Madovsky up, and then get the dirt on him, right?
Fenoodle?
Yeah, finagle. You remember how to finagle, don't you, Nico?
George, how could I ever forget?
Good, because I suspect we're gonna need major league fanoodling to get in this one.
You got it. No answer. The bush was perfectly shaped. Excuse me? Hello?
On your bike, darling. This is a private residence.
We're here to see Mr. Madovsky.
So?
I don't suppose you know Mr. Madovsky's driver, do you?
And who the hell might you be?
I'm Nico Callar, and this is my colleague, Georges Stobart.
Well, isn't that cozy? Can you count, darling?
Yes, of course.
Well then, 1, I don't know you or Laughing Boy here from Adam. 2, you ain't got no business round here. And 3, I don't like French birds. Comprenez?
Hi, guess who?
What do you want?
We have important business with Mr. Madovsky.
Maybe you didn't hear me the first time. Get lost!
Hi, guess who?
What do you want?
Do you work for Mr. Medovsky?
No, I'm standing here pruning his edges for a laugh. Course I blooming work for him. Look, will you stop asking all these blooming questions? Can't you see I'm busy?
Hey, George.
What's up?
Seriously, how are we going to do this? According to Ronnie, Medovsky is the real deal.
Coming from Ronnie, that's quite a compliment.
If Medovsky's the killer,
We need to be careful, which suggests...
I use my Gallic charm.
Exactly.
It was the intercom system for Medovsky's house. It's locked. I had tried the intercom once already. There was no answer. It was topiary in progress. Hi, guess who?
What do you want?
Nice bush.
Bush? This is so much more than just a bush.
Oh, I am sorry.
It's art, love. Or to be precise, topiary. And as everybody knows...
Topiary is a transitioned form.
That's right. A statement of man's dominance over nature. A metaphor for the human condition.
And yet,
It's not enough, is it?
not for the big questions.
Life, death.
Right and wrong.
Tell me about it.
You struggle, monsieur?
Day and night.
That is the human condition.
Can we ever escape it?
It is possible through meditation, contemplation.
I see.
It is our only salvation.
Well, you've given me food for thought, you have.
Anytime.
Much appreciated. At a difficult time.
You are welcome, monsieur.
So, anyway, this is my latest piece. What do you think?
It's very nice. Eagle? A two-headed eagle.
Result. Get in there, my son. Yes, it's a Russian Imperial Eagle for the boss. You spotted it straight off. I owe you one, lady. You have got that rare quality. Real insight.
No, please. You have a rare talent. We have important business with Mr. Medovsky.
I need a good reason to bother the boss with this. He's a busy man.
I understand, but I think he'll want to speak with us.
What makes what you have to say so important?
La Maledictio, a painting that belongs to him, has been stolen. If he wants his insurance claim processed quickly, then he'll want to speak with us. I think he might be annoyed if he finds out you never even told him we came around, right?
Okay, okay. Hang on, I'll phone him now. Yeah, Mr. Medovsky? Yeah, French bird. Yeah. Yes, boss. Right, I will do. You've piqued the boss's interest. That isn't always a good thing. The gate should be open. I'll take you inside. Follow me, please. Mr. Medovsky will be right with you, madame.
Well, we're in. Now what?
We'll make him think we're all set to pay out on the policy. See if we can get him to talk.
Welcome, welcome.
Good day, monsieur. My name is Nico Collard, and this is my assistant, Georges Tabar.
You are here to discuss La Maledictio, yes?
Correct.
I am surprised to see you. My agreement with the gallery specified that my ownership should be kept in the strictest confidence. It would appear that agreement has been broken.
A man has been killed, monsieur.
An agreement is an agreement.
My apologies for disturbing you, monsieur, but I'm afraid we must ask you some questions.
So be it. The loss of a painting is nothing compared to the loss of a life. Ask away.
How did you come into possession of La Maledictio?
I purchased it at auction.
Did you know Henri, the gallery owner?
Oh, purely on a professional basis. My restorer recommended his gallery to me.
Did you ever meet him personally?
No, only via email. I rarely fly. I'm carbon neutral, you know.
Very conscientious, monsieur.
Well, the planet won't save itself.
We have reason to believe that the theft was an inside job.
Oh, that is terrible. The staff at the gallery were so pleasant to deal with, but such is human nature. I trust this won't delay the insurance claim.
I'm sure matters will be sorted out soon. Do you have receipts for the painting?
Of course, I have already sent them to your office.
These things take time to process.
What is there to process? I own the painting, someone stole it, and your company provided me with insurance. I am the victim here.
A state you share with the deceased, monsieur. Your restorer, how does he fit into all this?
Hobbs. He did a little cleaning work on La Maledictio, that's all.
What connection do you have to Vera Security?
I've never heard of it.
There is strong evidence that ties you to Vera Security.
Oh, you are beginning to sound like a policeman, madame.
We are merely doing our jobs, monsieur. We must leave no stone unturned.
I would leave this particular stone unturned, if I were you.
I'd rattled him, but I didn't want to push too hard. Of course. We will check our information again.
I would do that. I think that is enough for now. When do you expect the claim to be paid out?
It will not be long, monsieur.
When exactly? Surely you can give me a date.
Monsieur Medovsky, I'm sure you...
Please excuse the interruption, sir.
What is it, Shears?
Hobbs is here.
Tell him I'm busy.
He mentioned the portfolio, sir.
For pity's sake, can he not just follow simple instructions? Please excuse me for a moment.
The gardener's called Shears?
Yeah, probably not what his mother christened him.
What a creep.
Very clever creep at that. We got nothing on him, and he knows it.
He just brushed off the Vera connection. We need something else to get under his skin. I could use Marquez as leverage.
Yeah, it's just one man's word against another.
So what else can we do?
Let's take a look around. Maybe there's something here we can use against him.
Good idea, Georges. You search, I'll keep watch at the window.
I should have guessed. Keyboard was Cyrillic. I tried to remember how that row of keys read on a US keyboard. I figured that had to be the space bar. A, S, D, G or F? I couldn't remember. Z, X. I didn't know the symbols. If I'd been able to remember the layout of a US keyboard, I might have been able to figure it out. It was a beautifully inlaid cigarette box. The catch had snapped. The catch had snapped. Sadly, the catch would have been too thick to cut with nail clippers. The paperclip just flexed and slipped off the catch. The catch seemed to be broken. Can you hear what they're saying?
Yes.
You should not have turned up here, Mr. Hobbs. I made it clear I would deliver the package later today.
I wanted to make sure it got to me all right. I've got a lot of work to do on it.
This is most inconvenient.
Medovsky's arguing with his visitor, Hobbs, about the portfolio.
That portfolio is important, I'm sure of it. Locked. I could only hope that Medovsky hid the key somewhere in the room. It was a Russian privatization voucher. I wondered why Medovsky displayed it so proudly. Medovsky in Libya. Happy days. What kind of guy hangs a picture of himself and Colonel Gaddafi on the wall?
The kind who will commit murder in order to steal their own painting.
Medovsky had left the cabinet open. On the shelf inside was a business card and a scribbled note. I picked up the business card. It read, Wilfred Hobbs, Fine Art Restoration. I made a note of the address. Then I put the card back where I'd found it. No point arousing Medovsky's suspicions. The note read, L. Serp drawings for you to check. W.H. Now we're cooking with gas. I wondered if the painting could be in the portfolio that Medovsky had taken. I suspected the medals weren't from the Moscow Debating Society. It was a thank you note from a British politician. Medovsky certainly had some dubious friends. A Russian imperial egg. It looked rather plain. Everything was in Cyrillic, except for a number. 1869. See a penny, pick it up, then all day you'll have good luck. It seems our Medovsky has friends in low places.
It's like my boss said, the guy wants to be a player.
By extraordinary good fortune, the coin I'd picked up was the perfect shape to flip open the broken catch. Fancy that. Keys are always useful. Romanovs. The same brand of cigarettes that were in the ashtray in Vera's security. The study door's open now. Hear anything else interesting?
Hang on.
Listen, Hobbs, just take the portfolio and do your work. You are nervous, and I don't like that.
Understood. I have got a few questions, though.
I do not like questions either. Hurry up.
I noticed a couple of people arriving. Who were they? They look like coppers.
They were from the insurance company.
Has the...
Hobbs is going to head off with the portfolio. Whatever's in there is important. We need to stay with it.
I got Hobbs' address from his card. When we're done here, we should check it out.
Okay, Josh, but hurry. Medovsky will be back soon.
I'm gonna check out the study.
Okay.
Wow, there must be millions of dollars worth of art on these walls. The drawer was open. My heart skipped a beat. But inside, I saw only a candy bar wrapper. These paintings would have kept a critic enraptured for hours, but I didn't have time to dwell. The painting reminded me of my Aunt Maud. I'd never liked her. Medovsky certainly loved art, or pretended to. Medovsky had a truly impressive collection of paintings. The desk was magnificent. Those two little holes were just waiting for me to put my fingers in. I resisted the urge. Filthy habit. A secret drawer popped open. I knew that publication date would be significant. At last, I was going to discover Medovsky's secrets. It certainly wasn't Medovsky's sock drawer. Hey, Nico! Come see this! I think we've struck gold.
Hang on, I'm coming.
Look, a letter from a guy called Gainin. His company, Wolfram, want to purchase La Maledizio. They're offering way over the asking price.
Anything connecting Medovsky to Vera?
Well, let's see. Here we go. A lease for Vera's security.
Aha! Then we have the proof we need.
Hang on, what's this? Expenses for a Mr. Shears. Waterloo Motors, one helmet. These are from Paris. Madame La Trex. Hotel Britannique. Pizza. Nico. Pizza. I think your friend Shears might just be Henri's killer.
Georges, what have we got ourselves into? I just heard the front door close. Mudovsky's coming. Put everything back in order, quick!
Right. He'll never suspect we just ransacked his house for evidence.
Georges, the coin!
Damn, no time. Look cool, Nico. I'll handle this.
I apologize for the lengthy wait. As you can imagine, my time is at a premium.
That's fine, Mr. Medovsky. I think we're almost finished anyway.
And payment?
Very soon, monsieur. Very soon.
Is there anything else I can assist you with?
Nice collection of medals you have there, Mr. Medovsky.
I earned them serving my country.
Anywhere interesting?
Chechnya. Ever been there?
No, can't say I've had the pleasure. Is that a first edition of War and Peace?
Of course. Printed in 1869. A great year for my country's literature. And Tolstoy is the master.
Is that a picture of you with Colonel Gaddafi?
A deeply wonderful man. He was a great fan of the Impressionists.
Well, he certainly left quite an impression on Libya. So, what brought you into the art business, Mr. Medovsky?
Oh, an eye for great artists, an appreciation of fine culture, and a love of what you Americans call the greenback.
You must be upset at the theft of La Malediccio.
Yes, and disappointed that someone would kill for such a minor piece.
So this Hobbs guy, good friend of yours, is he?
No, we simply have a business arrangement. We've been through this already. Now please, if you're quite finished, I'm a busy man.
Thank you for your time, Monsieur Medovsky. We'll be in touch soon.
Well, no prizes for guessing where we go now.
Hobbs' place, right?
Got it in one. Medovsky's pretty shady, don't you think?
He bought our act, though. You make a pretty good insurance man, Georges.
Yeah, who'd have thought it?
By the time he realizes we're not assessing his claim, we'll have cracked the case and be toasting our success.
Here's hoping. Looks like rain.
Come on, let's get that cab. Taxi!
I think we just stepped off the London tourist trail.
I guess this Hobbs character doesn't like visitors.
Not the kind of place you'd expect to find a restorer of old masters.
Unless you didn't want to attract attention.
He's attracted ours. Let's see what Mr. Hobbs knows about La Malediccio.
And let's try and get a look inside that portfolio.
I wouldn't have been able to break the chain. Or the padlock. The door was locked. Looking through the window, I could see that there was nothing in the van. Hobbs must have taken the portfolio inside. Piles of junk, mostly boxes of old paints and scraps of picture frames. Mixed in were wires, cardboard, and some dubious-looking old clothes. George Stobart.
Ah, Monsieur Stobart. I trust you have obeyed my instructions not to leave Paris.
Of course, Inspector.
Good. You clearly know which side your cookie is buttered. Now, I require your presence tomorrow at the murder scene for a reconstruction.
I see.
12 o'clock sharp, monsieur. Or, as you would say, high noon.
Sure.
Any failure to comply, and I shall have you extraordinarily rendered. Have a nice day now.
And you. That was Nave. We're required back at the gallery tomorrow for a crime scene reconstruction.
Let me guess. Non-attendance is a criminal offense?
You got it. A pile of... The large dumpster was full of garbage. The large dumpster was full of garbage. The hood was definitely stuck. Slasha. I decided to leave the handbrake alone. I popped open the van's hood. The engine was held together by rust and dirt. Everything was covered in a sticky film of dirty black oil. Half the wiring wasn't connected to anything. A bundle of short, severed wires was connected to the battery. None of the wires were connected to anything. It was one of two horns in the van. It didn't seem to be connected to anything else under the hood. Two wires hung loose from it. It was the van's engine. I didn't really have any reason to sabotage it. A bundle of wires came into the engine bay from the dashboard. Many of the wires seemed to lead nowhere. It was one of two horns in the van. It didn't seem to be connected to anything else under the hood. Two wires hung loose from it. A loose wire hung from the horn. If I had some spare cable, I could connect it to the other horn. A loose wire hung from... If I had some... That wouldn't work. That was almost a great... It was the van battery. A bundle of short... Climbing drain pipes was something I preferred to avoid. It was Hobbs's mailbox. There was a note hanging out. For a second, I debated the morality of mail snooping. It was a short debate, and I won. The mailbox was empty. I decided to open the letter. Dear Mr. Hobbs, due to previous incidents, we are writing to inform you that we will no longer be sending models to your address. It went on to discuss Hobbs's temper and other alleged infractions, some of which still carry the death sentence in certain less sophisticated cultures. Interesting. This could come in useful. The letter advised Mr. Hobbs I don't think there's anyone home.
There's a light on upstairs.
I had found just what I needed. 2 lengths of wire. Not a sound. The horn wasn't working. I'd need the keys to start the engine. I had no reason nor any desire to steal Hobbs's van. The engine bay was I connected the wires from the cab to the horn. I used the wire to join. The horn wasn't working. I connected the horn wasn't working. A loose wire hung from the right-hand horn. That wouldn't have worked. It was the van battery. I needed to hook this up to the horn somehow. That wouldn't work. The horn wasn't working. I decided to leave the handbrake alone. The nail clippers would never have. I thought about trying to pick the lock with a paper clip, but that really only works in the movies. That wouldn't have worked. I snipped the wire in half. I connected the wires from the cab. The wire was just long enough. Everything was wired up. The horn had power. I figured that should get Hobbs' attention.
All right, hold your blooming horses. What are you up to with my van?
Hello there. We fixed your horn.
So I hear. Now what are you doing in my yard?
Hello there. We'd like to discuss some restoration work with you.
Then make an appointment. I'm busy.
Well,
He's not exactly the friendliest.
I decided to give it another blast.
For crying out loud, will you leave my van alone?
Sorry, just need a quick word, Mr. Hobbs. Afternoon, Mr. Hobbs. We're from the model agency.
About blooming time. I'm on a deadline. You better come up. About time you two showed up.
Hello, Mr. Hobbs. I was just wondering if...
Can it, Goldilocks? I don't have time for chit-chat. Just get undressed behind that screen.
Undressed?
That was the deal. An extra 20 quid because I need you with your kit off.
The studio was freezing.
And as for you, darling, no need to get undressed. I've got a vivid imagination, so I'll just use that. Either way, just go sit over there on that rug and give me your best Belle Epoque floozy. That's perfect. Just hold it there.
Nico made for a good distraction. I just needed to figure out how to get a look inside that portfolio. I wasn't going to mess around with that wiring. I didn't need to sit. It was time for action. I had no need to walk out onto the balcony.
Hey! Leave that dial alone. The heating gobbles up all the power and the circuits can't take it.
Sorry. I turned the thermostat down again. A variety of liquor bottles, all empty.
Hey, I'm still drinking that.
putting anything other than good whiskey in a man's glass.
Hi, what do you think you're doing?
Oh, sorry. I was just going to take a look at some of your pictures. You're very good.
I know, and that portfolio is private. I'm not paying you to gawp around my studio. Get your blooming clothes off!
Sorry. How about a top-up, Mr. Hobbs?
Thanks, but I've already got a glassful.
Wow, an old Bofson Wang stereo. I hadn't seen one of those for years. Hobbs seemed to have a thing for 70s psychedelic jams. I turned the volume up a few notches. I turned the volume down again. I turned the volume up a few notches.
Hey! I've told you.
It was a shaky old elevator that would once have lifted goods between the floors. I didn't want to play around with the negligee. Those days are long gone. But I wondered who it did belong to.
My, if it isn't George Stobart.
Lady Piermont. Oh, my. You're...
Naked? Of course. As an artist's muse, one often finds oneself en pelotas. Now, George, don't be shy. Come here and give me a big hug.
That day was the day the nightmares had begun. Trapped, smothered, choking on lavender.
George, darling, pass me my robe. It's terribly cold in here.
Oi, what are you doing with a blooming robe on? God help me, but you're supposed to be naked. I've got a deadline to meet.
Well, you won't be meeting any deadlines with manners like that. And besides, it's freezing in here.
Lady Piermont and I had met before. She was larger than life, in every way. How about another whiskey?
Not bad if I do. Hey! I've told.
Lady Piermont.
Oh, George, be a darling and sort the heating out in here.
I'll see what I can do. I wasn't going to mess around with that wiring. A well-worn stool sat. I didn't need... I needed a better idea. Nope. I needed a better idea.
Hey, stop meddling with that. The power's ropey enough as it is.
Blowing the power would certainly have distracted Hobbs, but the elevator alone wasn't going to trip the whole system.
George.
How about another whiskey?
That's smashing. Far away. Hey! I've told you.
Sorry, but Lady Piermont is cold. I thought...
Look, pal, I know it's brass monkeys in here, but the wiring in this building is ancient, and the fuse box won't take it. Her Majesty will just have to get used to chapel hat pegs.
Lady Piermont, Mr. Hobbs won't let me turn up the heating.
Well, we'll soon see about that.
Oh, crumbs.
If you do not adjust the heating, I shall refuse to cooperate.
Lady Piermont, it's the circuits. They won't take the strain. You know what old buildings are like.
In which case, I see no reason for this session to continue.
Whoa, Lady Piermont, let's not be too hasty. I'm sure I can accommodate your needs.
Good. Perhaps you can start by letting George here turn up the heating.
Oh, go ahead then, but be careful. The power in here is temperamental.
I turned the thermostat up as far as it would go. I wondered if the suspicious wiring could be used to my advantage. How about another whiskey?
That's smashing. Far away.
A word, if I may, Lady Piermont.
For you, George, I'm all ears. How can I help?
Lady Piermont, we need your help.
How thrilling! What do you need? Subterfuge? Legerdemain?
Actually, I just need you to step on that lift behind you.
Oh, but of course. Is this good, George darling?
Perfect. Now, just stay right there. Lady Piermont was pulled. Now was my chance. It was one of Hobbes' sketches. More of Hobbes' sketches. The model looked familiar. Impressionist sketches. Well, it wasn't La Maledictio, but it did appear to be a study for an element of the painting, the Ouroboros. There was something different about the image in the center. I figured the sketch might come in handy, so I took it.
What the heck are you doing with those? They're private papers.
Huh?
Well, that was fun. Just like when you were a private dick, George.
So, you're not models?
No, Mr. Hobbes.
Well, you can't be a copper. You're not stupid enough. So what the blazes are you doing in my studio?
We're investigating the theft of a painting, La Maledictio, by the Spanish artist Serpen. One of these sketches is a study of that painting.
Well, sure, but what's that got to do with that? I'm a restorer, and I restored it. I've got naught to do with what happened after that painting left this studio. How was I to know it was going to get Henri killed?
Hang on a second. How do you know Henri's dead?
Look, he and I went back a long way. The Lézard Bleu was on the ropes, so I got the painting into his exhibition. Nothing like this was supposed to happen.
We're not accusing you of anything, Mr. Hobbes. We just want to get to the bottom of this.
I get that, and I'll help you however I can, but this mess is way above my pay grade.
How come you needed to make so many sketches of the painting to restore it?
Restoration's not about throwing a load of paint around. It takes research. The Serp is a complicated painting. A lot of subtext, a lot of symbols.
Why would anyone want to steal La Maledictio? It's not exactly a famous painting.
True, but there is something special about it that's hard to describe. There's conviction in every brushstroke. Whoever El Serp was, he had a tale to tell. The symbolism is deeply religious.
We have reason to believe that Madovsky is mixed up in the theft of La Maledictio.
Eh? What would he gain from stealing his own painting?
We have strong evidence that Madovsky is not the real owner.
He'll have a hard time proving that. Medovsky has a full set of provenances for the painting. It traces its legitimate ownership all the way back to the painter.
Why didn't Madovsky mention it?
Because they're not with him. Henri's got them, or had them.
And Henri is dead.
So ask his partner.
Lane?
Lane, yeah, Lane. Look, pal, you're wasting your time looking for conspiracies here. And you're wasting my time if you're not actually going to get naked. Go get the provenance from Lane, and everything will turn out hunky-dory.
But it also puts Marquez's story into question.
Not my problem, darling. Now both of you, get lost. I've got a painting to finish.
And we have a critic to interrogate.
Someone's lying, but who?
Is it the gangster or the old Spaniard?
The painter or the art critic?
I need to head back for Nave's reconstruction.
What about the evidence from Medovsky's house? Will you give it to Nave?
I think I should. And I can put the squeeze on Lane. Ask him about the provenance.
Good. I've got lunch with Ronnie tomorrow. This story is hotting up, and I want to make sure he keeps me on it.
Taxi? Here I was again at the crime scene. Inside the gallery, I could see lots of activity. Nave preparing for the reconstruction, no doubt. Nico and I had a good idea who the killer was. Now all we had to do was persuade Nave.
Sir, I already tried starting it up. I think it's broken.
Nonsense, Moo. This machine has the power of 10 investigators.
But investigators never fail to start up, sir.
Your pessimism is duly noted, Moo. But have faith. This machine will analyze the scene, compute the data, and deduce everything for us. The location of the second shooter will be a mystery no more. One moment.
A marvel indeed, sir, though at the moment it is kaput.
Your pessimism has obviously infected the circuitry, Moo. Let me think for a moment.
If I could just...
Shh! Eh bien, Moo, now try realigning the laser matrix.
Sir, I have no idea what that is.
Move over, Moo. Now, let me see. Oscillating reverberator? Check. Refraction spectrometer? Check. Now, what can I do? Ah, Monsieur Stobart, it's only you. Glad you could finally make it.
Inspector, I've got some good news and some bad news.
Oh, yes? I shall be the judge of that.
I think I know who the killer is.
Really?
Yep, he's a gardener called Shears living in London.
Fascinating. And the good news?
We don't need to do your reconstruction.
You joke with me, Monsieur Stobart.
It's not a joke. This guy Shears was working for a Russian ex-mobster. It's all part of a highly complex fraud.
Gardeners, KGB, fraud. You are a fantasist, monsieur. And I have no time for fantasy. Reality is my suitcase, as you Americans say. Now, stand over there and keep out of trouble until the others arrive.
Well, who are we waiting for?
Mademoiselle Collard and Father Simeon. Please, I am very busy. Ah, Moo, a clever choice. But no cigar for you. Try the red.
Mon Dieu!
Lane.
Stobart.
What do you think of Moo?
Who?
The policeman with Nave.
I assume he's another idiot.
Why's that?
I believe one can tell a man by the company he keeps.
I'll bear that in mind, Mr. Lane. I gather you're the man to ask about the provenance for the painting.
For La Malediccio? Well, you have been busy, haven't you, Stobart?
I'd like to see it.
So speak to Bijou. She took care of the business side of the gallery. The provenance is in the office safe. She has the key.
Lane was a pushover when you had him cornered. Though it looked like Bijou hadn't been completely honest with me after all. I needed to pay her another visit. What do you think of Nave?
The man is a buffoon. I have better things to do than wait for these idiots to get their forensic whatnot to work. The only silver lining is that Nave seems more annoyed than I am.
What's the deal with that device over there?
It's a farce. They've been trying to get it working for hours.
Looks like something out of a 50s sci-fi movie.
It probably is.
Okay, thanks.
Yes, yes.
Sir, I think we are ready to fire her up.
Yes, Moo, I was just about to say the same thing. Do it. Moo, What have you done?
Pardon me, sir, but I believe it was you who said...
This is no time for blame. You have broken the machine.
Mon Dieu.
Inspector Nave, may I ask you some questions?
You must wait, monsieur. I am extremely busy.
Sure, you can wait.
Stubborn. Monsieur Stobart, you will not leave until this is over. Understood?
But I just need to...
This is a reconstruction. You will remain here until I have concluded my investigations. Do I make myself clear?
Okay, clear. I considered making a run for it, but forcing Moo to chase me would have been cruel. And it would have been silly to risk my investigation. Better to play along with Nave and get the reconstruction over as quickly as possible. Excuse me.
Please, monsieur, I'm a little busy.
It was pointless trying to get a closer look at the machine while Nave and Moo were tinkering with it. I was going to talk about that, but then I remembered... I didn't want to waste time talking. Can I ask you something else?
If you must.
Okay, thanks.
Yes.
That was where La Malediccio used to hang.
Monsieur Stobart, please remain within the main gallery.
If I pulled the plug out, I'd just get Nave even more worked up. I decided to bide my time and wait for the right moment. If I pulled the plug out, I'd just get Nave even more worked up. I decided to... Can I ask you something else?
If you must.
Is there anything else you're not telling me, Mr. Lane?
Get lost.
Changed your opinion of Moo yet?
Who?
Moo.
Who?
Never mind. Is Nave a good detective, do you think?
He's as good a detective as I am a dancer.
You light on your feet, Lane?
Do I look like I am?
What does it do?
Your guess is as good as mine.
Okay, thanks.
Yes.
Inspector Nave. What seems to be the problem?
Monsieur Stobart, if Paris' finest cannot get this very expensive and very complex machine to work, then I doubt if an insurance salesman can...
I'm an insurance assessor, actually.
Oh, I see. Well, la-di-da to you, monsieur.
Oh, yeah? Well, la-di-da to you back.
Whatever. You are neither qualified nor clever enough to operate such an instrument.
Like us.
What was that, Moo?
I said, unlike us, sir.
Have you been a detective long?
Long enough, monsieur?
You've solved a lot of crimes, I guess.
More than you have had hot dinners?
Well, I've had a lot of hot dinners, Inspector.
Oh, yes? How many?
What?
Precisely how many hot dinners have you had, monsieur?
I don't know. Thousands?
You prove my point for me, monsieur. Precision and accuracy are everything.
You truly are a unique and amazing man, Inspector Nave.
Well, I'm glad you are impressed.
I was sure I could get the machine to work if I could just get Nave out of the way. Excuse me.
Not now.
Inspector Nave. I know this sounds obvious, but are you sure it's plugged in?
Monsieur Stobart, do you really think I would be so stupid as to not check the fundamentals?
We all make mistakes.
What a ridiculous generalization, monsieur. Look, I can see from here it's... Ah.
Do you need assistance, sir?
Very funny, Mo. One moment.
That got rid of him. Now is my chance. I was going to have to figure that out quickly. Time to get the show on the road.
See, Moo? I knew I would get it working.
I'm not sure that you...
Precisely. You knew my superior intellect would win through in the end.
Yes, sir. Sir, I beg your pardon, but I think there is a teeny snag.
Go on.
We have no victim.
Good God, Moo. Are you suggesting I kill someone for the sake of this reenactment?
No, sir. Just saying we need a body, sir.
Ah, yes. I see. You'll make a detective yet, Moo. I, of course, foresaw this, and I nominate... you.
Me? Well, I'm not dead.
Have you ever acted, Monsieur Stobart?
Well, I don't like to blow my own trumpet, but I went down a storm playing the lead in Cat on a Felt-Tip Roof last summer.
You played the cat?
No.
So, not the lead. Half-truths again, monsieur. Nevertheless, here is your chance to play a real lead role.
But he looks nothing like the victim, sir.
Oh, damn it, Moo. Must you find problems all the time? Let me think of a way to make this work.
Relying on Nave's problem-solving skills could mean a long, long wait. I had to find something to make me more like Henri. I'll have a look around. Maybe I'll find something.
Yes, you do that. Verisimilitude is the key, Stobart. Ah, you have arrived at last. Please, make yourselves comfortable. We are just making some last-minute adjustments.
Father Simeon, Nico.
Hi, George.
Welcome to the asylum.
Let me guess. Nave is overjoyed we've solved the case and he's putting us up for an award.
Not quite. I told him about Shears and Medovsky. He says it's fantasy.
But that's crazy.
Tell me about it.
So what do we do now?
carry on anyway and nail Medovsky.
What about Nave?
Ignore him.
And this charade?
The reconstruction? Well, sooner it starts, sooner it's over.
George, what on earth is that machine?
It's Nave's baby. Supposedly, it's going to analyze the crime scene and tell us what happened.
But we already know what happened.
Sure we do, but Nave doesn't.
Quiet, please! How can I concentrate with all this racket going on?
Lane was right. Nave was an idiot. Hey, Nico, what's new?
Not much since we last spoke, George.
Hello, Father.
Mr. Stobart, will this take long?
I'm not sure. Nave appears to be struggling with the machine.
I'll pray for some divine intervention, then.
If you think that'll help.
The Lord is always listening, George.
The best place to find Henri's things was in his office. On the head of the statue was a pair of Henri's glasses. Maybe, just maybe, the glasses would make me look like Henri. It was a statue of Henri. It was a battered sofa. The desk was covered with Henri's junk, and none of it was of any use. Henri's notice board was covered with all kinds of junk. Henri's guitar. Poor man would never play. It was a hookah pipe. Those things... Some of the stuff must have been collecting dust since the 70s. Yeah, it was certainly nothing of any use. The phone was vintage. I've found Henri's glasses.
Stole or found? Never mind. That might just do it. Come on, everyone, into position. I want everyone to stand precisely where they were when the victim died.
This process is ridiculous.
God moves in mysterious ways, Father.
Indeed. And the devil makes work for idle hands, Mr. Stobart.
Shh! Stobart, you are supposed to be dead. Please be dead more quietly.
I tried to tell Nave the truth about his bloodstain.
Didn't he believe you? You're a man of God.
His faith is in science, Mr. Stobart, not God.
Father?
Yes, my son.
You keep talking about the Gnostics. Who are they?
They are a cult, a warped branch of Christianity that reveres Lucifer as equal to, or perhaps greater than, God.
I can see how that might trouble the Vatican.
The Vatican is the least of your worries. Please be quiet!
Do you think Inspector Nave will ever figure this out?
I'm not sure, although I'm no expert.
Yeah, neither is he by the looks of it. Last time we met, you said the stolen painting was evil.
Let me explain. I'm a Dominican, Mr. Stobart. The Dominican order was founded to seek out and destroy heresy.
Why?
Because heresy is evil.
Okay.
For 1,000 years we have fought against heresy. Indeed, our enemies gave us a nickname, the Hounds of God. Dominicanis, Dominican, you see?
Very clever.
Now this painting, the Benedictio, is without doubt heretical.
Whoa, hold on. How can a painting be heretical?
Because it is filled with Gnostic imagery, and Gnostics are heretics.
What kind of imagery?
Evil imagery. The Ouroboros, the snake eating its tail. Images of false saints, heretical saints.
So you think the painting itself is evil?
It trails murder in its wake, Mr. Stobart.
And murder is police work, monsieur. Silence, please, both of you.
The Ouroboros, what exactly is it?
It is a Gnostic symbol. It marks something that is hidden. There are trees illustrated within the Ouroboros. They symbolize knowledge. So the Ouroboros alludes to hidden knowledge. The painting must be destroyed to stop this knowledge being revealed.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. That is the first set of results completed. Only 36 more to do. Please remain in position while we reset the machine. You may relax and talk amongst yourselves.
Who are these false saints?
Gnostic saints, not beatified by the Church. They question orthodoxy, lure the unwary down dark paths of forbidden knowledge, and condemn innocent souls to the fires of damnation.
You mean like a Black Sabbath album?
Vade retro satana.
What's the matter?
It is worse than I thought.
What is it? It's just a sketch.
Not just a sketch. The painting.
I wondered if it was something I'd said.
I have to get out of here. Now.
Father Simeon, I forbid you to leave. This is an official investigation.
Don't you understand? A great evil is upon us. The painting is evil. The heretical Gnostics in league with the devil himself.
The devil?
Don't you understand? The Tabula Veritatis, the tablet of truth. It is real.
Well, well, someone is upset. Pressing your witnesses a little too hard, Inspector Nave?
And you are? This is official police business?
Richard Langham, Interpol, serious art theft. We spoke on the phone, Inspector?
Ah, yes, sir. You didn't say you would be attending my crime scene.
What exactly is this machine, Inspector?
A little invention of mine, Monsieur Langham. It will compute whose blood this is on the floor, and...
Not to worry, Inspector. Perhaps you could move aside? I'm intrigued to see what you're up to.
Ah, of course. It is rather groundbreaking.
Pizza box. It looks like your suspect was a Hawaiian, Inspector.
A Hawaiian? Mon Dieu! Move! Get on to the Hawaiian embassy straight away. There is a surf killer on the loose. Alert the airports and the surf shops.
Sorry, Inspector. I mean Hawaiian pizza. Your bloodstain is a pizza sauce.
Pizza? Moo! You fool! Forget the surf shops. Get on to the Italian embassy. This has mafia written all over it.
Nah, Inspector, if you don't mind, I'd like to speak to your witnesses. And in the meantime, perhaps you should try and get your priest back. Madame Collard, Mr. Stobart, I assume. Can I buy you chaps a coffee?
Langham sounded a little more on the ball. Maybe he'd bring a dose of common sense to the case.
So, Inspector Nave brought me up to speed and told me about you guys.
I can guess what he said. But what's your interest in the robbery?
I've been tracking a gang of art thieves for some time, and this looked like a good lead. But Nave is worse than useless. I was hoping you might be able to help.
We're flattered.
Just doing our jobs.
We all are, or at least trying to. So, maybe we can help each other. I gather you insured the exhibition.
That's right, and we're liable to lose a packet.
Any leads so far?
Maybe. There's a Russian guy called Madovsky who turns out to be the owner of the painting.
Madovsky?
You know him?
Oligarch, oil, art, aluminium. Ex-KGB. Very nasty. You need to be careful. Madovsky's dangerous. He kills anyone who gets in his way.
For a cop, Langham seemed okay. Trouble with doing deals with cops, there's usually a payback down the line. But I figured that'd be a price worth paying to bring down Madovsky. We found evidence that links Madovsky to the company that installed the security at the gallery.
Interesting.
And one of his men, a guy called Shears, was in Paris on the day of the robbery.
Really?
We also found a letter from someone called Gainan wanting to buy the painting from Madovsky.
Gainan? The name rings a bell? Did you find anything else about him?
No, we were in a hurry.
What about the priest?
Ah, the good Father Simeon. Well, something spooked him, that's for sure.
So I gather.
He kept saying La Maledizio was evil.
Perhaps he's right. It certainly caused evil, hasn't it? I'll take leads from anyone, Mr. Stobart, even a crazy priest. Let's keep in touch. Thank you for your help. Coffee's on me, or rather, on Interpol. Miss Collard, Mr. Stobart.
So, George, what do you think?
Interesting. He seems to be on top of things.
I agree.
You know, Nico, this could start getting dangerous.
You think Langham's right about Madovsky?
Well, he appears to be on the ball.
I thought he was cute.
He was English, Nico. They're all cute to you.
Hidden depths, too.
Oh, yeah? What about my hidden depths?
You showed me those long ago, Georges. Well, I'm off home to write up the story so far. You?
I have to see a woman about a dog. A stuffed dog, that is.
You're talking riddles again, Georges.
I need to pay Bijou another visit. She's not been completely honest with me. Bijou had told me she didn't have anything to do with the business. But Lane said the opposite. One of them was lying. The door was locked.
Yes?
Bijou, it's George again. The air was heavy with incense and alcohol. Reminded me of the old alma mater. What happened?
George, please help me. I am lost.
There was a smashed record on the floor. There was no record on the turntable.
Oh, help me. You must help me.
What's wrong, Bijou?
I can't play our song. I've lost Henri and now our song.
You mean the record? How did it happen?
I stumbled and trod on it by mistake.
What song was it, Bijou?
I'm lost without it. Lost, lost.
The name of the song, Bijou.
Jasmine. It was our song.
I'll see what I can do. Lane tells me you've got the provenance, that you did all the paperwork for the gallery.
Oh dear, my head is going round and round and round.
Bijou, I need to know.
All the papers are in the safe, in the gallery office. Stop asking all these questions.
Bijou, where's the key to the safe?
Henri? You're not Henri. I'm keeping the key just like Henri asked.
Could I borrow that key, please?
Oh, I need my tune. Nothing else matters.
I couldn't get any sense out of her in that state. I had to find a way to get the safe key. Who sang the song?
My darling Henri, of course. You got to #2 in the Swedish charts. I was so proud. Get me another one, Georges. Oh, please tell me you will.
I guess I can try.
Oh, you're a darling.
I felt terrible. I was anything but a darling. All I was really after was the key to the safe.
Please help me.
There was no reaction from Bijou. Eine kleine Nachtmusik was clearly not what she wanted to hear. Fifi had pride of... Its little face reminded me of Henri. Some dogs really do look like their owners. Fifi had pride of place on the table. Its little face... Some dogs... The door was locked.
Yes?
Bijou, it's George again. The Bois de Boulogne. I arrived back at the shopping arcade. The Vera's shutters were down again. The police had probably cleared it out. Hey, Bassam, how's business?
Good to see you, George. Gotta say, the new branding's hitting the demographic right between the eyes.
Sold anything?
This is a soft market, George. Look to the margins. Look to the margins.
What's your latest bargain?
Bargain? I prefer the word incentivizer, George. Look at the store. Something for everyone, and everything for someone.
Any other bargains?
Got a batch of phone covers.
Let me guess. Rhinestones?
Got it in one.
I didn't think there was much point.
He probably wouldn't. Do you like whiskey? I'm afraid it's a cheap brand.
No.
He struck me as more of an aftershave kind of guy.
Thank you.
I had a closer look at Bassam's stock.
Check it out, George. I've had quite a stock update, and I've got to say the metrics on some of this stuff is startling.
They looked interesting. A stack of those cards that play music when you open them.
George, what can I do for you?
Does one of your cards play the song Jasmine?
Sounds familiar. Let me check the database. I think that's by the Hairy Lobsters.
Bassam certainly knew his stock.
Aha! Here it is.
How much?
It's yours, if you mention my shop to 3 other people.
Done. Thanks. Thank you. Bijou, it's George again. How about this card? It plays the tune.
Our song! Oh, how wonderful! Dance with me, Henri.
Bijou?
Henri? Oh, you're not Henri.
Can I have the key to the safe?
Henri, is that you?
I'd have more luck persuading her if I looked like Henri.
Look, Bijou, I brought...
Oh, Henri, what will I do without... Oh, Henri.
It was the pair of glasses I'd taken from Henri's statue.
That was almost a great... Bijou?
Henri.
About the provenance.
No talking, sweetie. Just dancing.
She only wanted Henri. Short of a seance, what could I do?
Is that better?
Yes, but where is Henri? I want to dance with Henri. Oh, Henri.
I found myself at Bijou's well-equipped dressing table.
I added Henri's glasses. I looked more and more like a gallery owner. Time to bring Henri back to life. Henri had more facial hair than me. I needed a brown goatee. I wondered if red was my color. I was already red-lipped. Hairbrush. I prefer a comb. I didn't want it on my eyes, but perhaps a slight dusting. My hair was now the same color as Henri's. Getting there, but I needed a little more. I needed to flower power my outfit. I daubed some rouge on my cheeks. How about a little blue? I looked nothing like Henri. I decided to clean my face and start again. Henri had... I needed a brown goatee. I added Henri's glasses. I looked more... Getting there, but I needed to flower. I grabbed a strip. Prepare for wax. Bijou used a pungent, flowery... That wasn't... I added Henri's Brett to my disguise. Made my eyes water. Looking. Henri and I had a similar build, but how could I disguise my classic Stobart good looks? For starters, I needed to flower power my outfit. My hair was already... Lots of cotton buds, always handy for oiling machinery. I once painted my toenail. Still not sure why that made her cry so much. I cleaned my face before getting up. Getting there, but Henri had more facial hair than me. I needed a brown goatee. My eyes definitely needed some work. I cleaned my... That was never going to happen. Stealing a flower from a corpse. How low had I sunk? Sorry, Fifi. I'll see you in Rio. It was working, but I needed something else. Henri had... I needed a... With my mouth firmly closed, I added the wax strip to my upper... Instant goatee. Getting there, but I... It was hard to see the color of Henri's eyes behind the glasses. I added Henri's glasses. I looked more and more like a gallery owner. It was working, but I needed something else. I needed to flower. I added Henri's Brett to my disc. Getting there, but... Nope. I added Henri's flower to my buttonhole. The jasmine definitely gave me that perfect hippie vibe. That wasn't working. I was looking more like Bijou than Henri. It was working. Henri... I added Henri's flower to my... The jasmine definitely... It was hard to see the color of Henri's... Instant goatee. Getting there, but I added Henri... I looked more and more. It was working. I added Henri's Brett to my disguise. There. As I looked into the mirror, I saw Henri looking back at me.
Henri, there you are, you naughty boy. Dance with me, my little roll mop. I've missed you.
With pleasure, chérie.
Oh, Henri, isn't this wonderful? Just like old times.
She got my head in a spin. Listen, babe,
Bijou, darling, I need the safe key. Do you have it?
Of course. Didn't I promise? Dear sweetie.
you in. She's so cool, she's pure adrenaline.
Better let her sleep. I had the key. And besides, I wanted to get my hands on that letter of provenance. I was surprised to see Father Simeon at the cafe.
George, a moment, if you please.
Is everything all right, Father?
No, my son, not at all. Great evil is upon us. That sketch you showed me in the gallery, the study from La Maledictio, it showed an image hidden inside the Ouroboros, a dangerous image.
Dangerous?
The symbol represents a heresy, an object that the Gnostics call the Tabula Veritatis.
The Tablet of Truth?
It is a tablet of lies, a tool of Lucifer.
Tell me more about this Tabula Veritatis.
It is an artifact capable of undoing the whole of creation. It was smuggled out of the Holy Land millennia ago and brought to Europe by the Cathars, an evil Gnostic cult. In 1209, the Church launched a glorious crusade in the Cathar heartlands of southern France. We wiped out almost all the Cathars, and with them, the evil that is Gnosticism. My order, the Dominicans, were formed at that time to seek out and eradicate any remaining Gnostics. But we failed in our primary objective. We did not find the Tabula Veritatis. We presumed it lost, but the painting suggests it is still in Gnostic hands.
So, you're suggesting that this image of the Tabula Veritatis is hidden in the Ouroboros on the painting?
It is obvious now. The Ouroboros is a symbol of the Gnostics, and the tree it contained symbolized knowledge, hidden Gnostic knowledge.
How is La Maledictio connected to all this?
I believe it contains clues that point to the location of the tablet. Clues constructed for a Gnostic to solve. If someone were to decrypt the painting and find the Tabula Veritatis, who knows what evil would be unleashed upon the world?
Were the Cathars all killed?
All that came forward to fight, but like a weed, their roots were deep. We did not fully destroy their evil.
I still don't get why the Gnostics are so evil.
They see God as simply the creator of the physical world, and revere Lucifer as the lord of the spiritual realm.
Wow. What's so terrible about this tablet? What does it do?
Like Lucifer himself, the Gnostics could be anywhere. We must talk somewhere more private.
Well, thank you, Father. That was some story.
Be careful. Guard this knowledge. There are those who would do anything to find the tabula.
Please excuse me. I have to get back to the gallery.
I will remain here and follow you when no one is looking. I have more I must tell you.
I had to get into the gallery and find the provenance, but I was really looking forward to hearing what else Father Simeon had to tell me. The door was locked. Time to look in the safe. I opened the compartment again. The ring had an inscription. Henri and Bijou forever. Huh. Henri had bought Bijou a big diamond ring. I had a feeling the ring would be useful. A note was attached to the front of the document wallet. It read, Chérie, this should do the trick. Your darling Wilfie. Now why would Hobbs be sending romantic little notes to Bijou? That had to be the elusive provenance. It clearly stated that Medovsky was the owner, but I'd learned never to take things at face value. I had to take a closer look at this. At first glance, the provenance looked authentic, but something wasn't right. That wouldn't help explain why the provenance felt odd. The two documents didn't... The two documents... A list of previous owners all the way back to the 30s. A letterhead from a fancy London auction house and Lane's signature. It certainly looked the part. The two documents didn't match. That wouldn't help The handwritten note read, seemed like, the sketch was drawn on similar paper to the provenance. The coffee cup stains matched exactly, as did the tear. The provenance must have been created by Hobbs. It was a fake, which meant Medovsky wasn't the true owner. I had to get out there and find out what happened. The glass was reinforced for sure. I wouldn't be able to smash it, and it wasn't going to open. But there had to be a way of getting through it. The diamond ring was just what I needed to cut through the glass. Father?
Gnostics. You must stop them.
Who did this, Simeon?
Don't let them. The tablet. They are going to raise the devil. Lucifer himself.
Those were his last words. First Henri, now Simeon. Who was behind this? And what was Simeon trying to tell me? Simeon had been carrying a scan of an old manuscript with a covering note. Both were written in Latin. Fortunately, I hadn't forgot the Latin I'd learned at school. The note read, "The tabula veritatis only appears in one file. The Inquisition into Heretical Depravity by Nicholas Emmerich, A.D. 1376. Scan attached." The note was signed by the vice prefect of the Vatican Archives. Simeon must have done some digging after he recognized the symbol on Hobbs's sketch. The illustration showed a group of colored figures engaged in some sort of ritual. The blue and green figures appeared to be in control. The crowd in the foreground were colored red. It was a photocopy of an old Latin text. Although a bit rusty, my Latin was still up to the job. It read, "And thus spoke the accused. In this ritual we find succor. Clad in blue, the perfecti take the form of the spiritual and look towards the rising sun, toward the tree of knowledge. Clad in green, the credentes look the other way, towards the setting sun, where stands the tree of life. And all shall know that the light of knowledge is blue, and that the light of life is green. For thus was the light of Eden, both blue and green, intertwined with the light of man to become pure. Pure light, white light, pure light will win." So it was written in the old texts, affirmed by the tabula veritatis. And these were the accused's last words. It was powerful stuff. I wondered how it connected to La Malediccio. The first passage read, "And thus spoke the accused. In this ritual we find succor. Clad in blue, the perfecti take the form of the spiritual and look towards the rising sun, toward the tree of knowledge. Clad in green, the credentes look the other way, towards the setting sun, where stands the tree of life." I wondered what it all meant. The second passage read, "And all shall know that the light of knowledge is blue, and that the light of life is green. For thus was the light of Eden, both blue and green, intertwined with the light of man to become pure." Knowledge is blue and life is green. Well, that was good to know. I wondered what color was the light of man. The third passage read, "Pure light, white light, pure light will win. So it was written in the old texts, affirmed by the Tabula Veritatis." And these were the accused's last words. Interesting. There was more about light, and somehow the Tabula Veritatis had a connection. Simeon would have known what it all meant, but unfortunately, Simeon was dead.
My God, what have you done?
Huh? I know this looks like...
Like you've been caught red-handed?
Excuse me.
Josh, something terrible has happened at the apartment.
Nico, hang on. Lane, it's not what it looks like.
Murdering a priest, Stobart? Is there no end to your depravity?
It's a simple misunderstanding. Look, I need to go. I'll be at Nico's apartment. Nico!
In here. Oh, hi, George.
I thought you were being attacked.
When I arrived, there was someone here. He rushed me, knocked me down.
Did you get a look at him?
No, it happened so quick, and then he was gone.
What a mess. This blood. Where's Marquez?
I don't know. He must be badly hurt. Or dead.
Not another killing.
What do you mean?
I just came from the gallery. Father Simeon's been shot.
My God! Who did it?
I don't know, but before he died, he begged me to stop the Gnostics from raising the devil.
The devil? Whoever's doing the killing, Georges, it's certainly not him.
Okay, but who? Simeon and Marquez were both attacked at the same time. Just what are we up against?
I don't know, but whoever came here was looking for something. The place has been ransacked. I'm going to clean up. I'll be back in a minute.
Okay, I'll take a look around. Nico's neighbor had quite an impressive coin collection. There was still quite a bloodstain. I really hoped that Marquez was all right. There was still I really hope... There'd clearly been a struggle. Marquez must have put up quite a fight. I spotted something in the mess. It was Marquez's family photo. Marquez wouldn't have intentionally left the photo behind. The sofa was a real mess, but there was something between the cushions. It was one of the photographs that Nico had taken during the robbery. It showed a section of La Malediccio. Marquez had written on it. Marquez had circled one of the figures in the tower and identified her as Magdalena. That had to mean Mary Magdalene. Marquez had scribbled the word Saints across the photograph. I wonder what he meant. Marquez had circled one of the figures and written Judas. I wondered if he was identifying him as Judas Iscariot. Back in Bible class, Judas was definitely one of the bad guys. Signs of a struggle. The sofa cushions were all over the place. The chair had been knocked over in the fight, but there was something glinting underneath. It was Marquez's medallion.
Hey, George, you find anything?
Marquez's medallion. And one of your photos of the robbery. Marquez scribbled all over it. I think he was trying to work something out in the painting. Simeon must have been right. The painting is some kind of map.
We should... Hold on, my phone. Hello? Oui?
This is Inspector Navet. I am looking for the American, Monsieur Stobart. Are you with him?
Yes, he's right here.
Mon Dieu! Stay calm, madame. Where exactly are you?
In my neighbor's apartment. But why do you...
Do not worry. I am just moments away. Be very careful. He is armed and highly dangerous.
But he seems so charming.
Trust me, madame. The leopard never changes his straps.
That was Nave. You're in big trouble.
Lane saw me with Simeon's body. He set me up for sure.
Well, Nave's on his way, and he'll be here any moment.
We have to go, Nico, now.
Down the back stairs. We'll go through Fleur's shop.
Ah, there you are. Right on time.
Sorry, Fleur, but we can't stop.
Suit yourself.
Damn it. Sergeant Moo is outside the door. He's talking to someone.
Oh, no, it's Adam.
Who?
My neighbor.
Ah, the pug lover with the trashed apartment.
That's the one.
Hey, Fleur. Great to see you again. You were expecting us?
30 more seconds and you would have been caught. Charged with the murder of a priest.
Whoa. How do you know about that?
News travels fast through the ether, Georges. Take this.
What do I do with a ball of yarn? Bribe Moo with a nice Aran sweater?
You will find the way. Now, excuse me. I think it's time you planned your escape.
Oh, hi, Adam.
Hi, Nico. They say I can't go up to my apartment.
Oh, really? I wonder why.
Yeah, I wonder why too. Yeah, I'm George, by the way.
Adam, I live in the apartment next to Nico.
I know. I mean, how interesting.
Fleur, can I sit here for a while until the police let me back in?
By all means.
So what now?
You take a look around. I'll see if there's a way to get past Moo.
ahead, George. Take a few.
Thanks. Adam was listening to an old-school portable CD player. Fleur's classics were blaring out into the street. There were boxes stacked along the wall. They were all labeled. Florist's foam, flower food, ribbon, pee-pee, bouquet labels. Pee-pee? My curiosity was aroused. It was a plastic statue.
Careful with that. It's just come in. Special order.
What is it?
A replica mannequin piece. Fill it with water, pop in some batteries, and watch it go tinkle.
Very tasteful. Sorry to bust in on you like this, Fleur.
Don't worry, George. I knew you were coming.
You did? So what else do you know?
There's a 36% chance of rain.
Fleur, can you help me distract that police officer at the front door?
Don't you want to play the game yourself?
Game? What game?
Oh, I thought you knew. Never mind.
Do you know Adam?
A little. I see great distress in his near future.
Funny, so do I. You've known Nico a while. What flowers does she like?
Yellow. No, wait. Yes. Yellow, definitely.
What do you think of this medallion, Fleur?
I think one day you will be glad you have it in your pocket, Josh.
I got you some beautiful tulips.
That's sweet, George, but I'm not a big fan of yellow flowers.
Oh, but Fleur said...
Fleur doesn't know everything.
Oh, typical. Hey there, Adam.
Oh, hey, George. What can I do for you?
Do you know what's going on with the police?
No, they wouldn't tell me.
Good. I mean, strange.
It's annoying. I'm really tired. It was a long drive.
Oh, been anywhere interesting?
I've just come back from a coin fair. It was mega.
Well, that's fascinating. Do you know Nico well?
No, not really.
Good. I mean, good for you. So, tell me more about this coin fair.
It's Europe's biggest. So much to see.
I bet. What are you listening to?
My meditation music. Crashing waves and trickling forest streams.
I didn't think he'd be interested. I gave the trolley a push. Fleur certainly kept her bearings well greased.
George, what are you doing?
I'm not sure yet, but there may be a plan forming. I hope Moo didn't spot me. I I wasn't sure that would be useful. I placed the statue in the trolley. Sláinte, wee man. Sláinte. I was onto something, but I needed to do more. The cheap plastic statue of a peeing boy stood in the trolley. Adam was listening to an old The cheap plastic...
Hey again. Penny for your thoughts.
Very good, George.
Can I borrow that CD for a second?
Sorry, I'm listening to it. Helps me relax.
What should I do with this yarn?
Do you really want me to tell you?
No. That's okay.
Sorry to bust in on you like this, Fleur.
Don't worry, George. I knew you were coming.
You did? So what else do you know?
There's a
Is there anything you can tell me about Adam?
He collects coins, he likes bugs. That is all I know.
So Nico likes yellow flowers.
That's right, George.
Fleur's classics were blaring out into the street. Fleur's classics were... Nico? We're trapped. No way forward, no way back.
Luckily, Inspector Nave is no Sherlock Holmes.
But Sergeant Moo is a problem.
At the gallery, I just plied him with coffee. His bladder problem did the rest.
Ah, that reminds me of my late husband. Pipi Pierre, they called him.
I don't suppose you have a coffee machine, Fleur?
I'm afraid not. I don't even have a kettle.
Let's keep looking. There's always a way.
Flowers?
You're giving me flowers.
Well, someone should have them before they wilt.
Hey, maybe I could give them to Nico.
Oh! Wow, I just remembered. I really need them.
So, what do you think of this coin?
Oh my God, that's a platinum 12 ruble.
It is? I mean, yeah, of course it is.
You know, it's going to be a rough day, Adam. Why don't you keep the coin?
Are you serious? I'll get my pal Stefan to value it. His coin shop's just around the corner.
Hey, maybe you could use the money to redecorate your apartment.
But it doesn't need redecorating.
That's a matter of opinion. The lid wouldn't open while the disc was playing. The lid wouldn't open while the disc was playing. I stopped the disc. Ocean Dreamscapes. Just what I needed with the day I was having. Those might come in handy. Fleur, do you mind if I change the music?
Good idea.
The sound of lapping waves was affecting Moo, but I was going to need something more to open the floodgates. A jaunty series of LEDs lit up around. Okay, that's Moo out of the way. Let's go, Nico.
Where?
To see Bijou. She's been telling me a crock of lies since day one, and right now, I want the truth.
So you're telling me that Bijou and Hobbs were having an affair?
Yeah, so, she's got some explaining to do. Unsurprisingly, the front door was locked. Bijou, I need to talk to you.
Can't it wait? You're such a sore head.
No, it really can't.
All right.
In the daylight, and without the fog of incense, the apartment looked even weirder.
George, how delightful to see you.
May I present my friend Nico?
George and I go way back.
Oh, really? Well, don't worry, my dear. I won't steal him, though he is rather a cutie.
Bijou, we're here to clear up a few points, if you don't mind. How are you, Bijou?
I have the teeniest of headaches, chérie. It always happens when I sleep in the afternoon.
I figured it was the champagne before the nap that had done the damage. I need you to be honest with me, Bijou. Hobbs appears to know you very well. I saw a sketch of you in his portfolio.
Must have been a study for a painting.
Are you sure there's nothing else?
Quite sure.
Did you know that the provenance was fake?
For la malédiction? I had no idea.
Lane said you had him approve it.
Silly fool is getting confused again.
This is a note from Hobbs that I found in your safe.
How did you get access to that? How dare you?
Bijou, you gave me the keys.
I did? Oh, my head. I don't remember. We didn't do anything else, did we, Georges?
The note is addressed to you, so Lane was telling the truth. You were in charge of the paperwork.
Oh, so what if I was? That's not illegal?
The note from Hobbs makes it quite clear that you knew him rather well.
Oh, all right, I did.
So, you lied to me. So you had the provenance made. You knew it was fake.
I'm not admitting anything.
I believe this is for you.
A diamond ring? What has that to do with me?
A gift for you, from Henri.
Henri bought me so many expensive things. He never needed to.
I think Henri asked Medovsky for more money so that he could buy you that ring.
And maybe that's the reason he was shot.
Nico.
No, honey. She's right. Henri always felt he had to fight to keep me. Truth is, I love them both. Wilf and Henri. And now Henri is dead because of me. Go ahead. Ask your questions. I promise I will tell the truth this time.
So, you and Hobbs are lovers?
We have been ever since 75. Henri never knew about it. They were in a band together back then.
So you were unfaithful to Henri right from the start.
It was never cheating. I loved them both.
So you had Hobbs fake the provenance so that Lane would approve it for the insurance?
Wilf passed it to me, and I persuaded Lane to sign it. He never knew it was a fake. Wilf is brilliant at what he does.
So what was Medovsky's role in all this?
It was all his idea. He'd had an offer on La Malédiction from someone, so Wilf put Medovsky in touch with me and Henri. He wanted to cash in on both the sale and the insurance. He set up the security company to deal with the robbery. I've been such a fool. Henri was never supposed to die.
I know you didn't mean for that to happen.
Wilf called me yesterday trying to comfort me. He said he would take care of me, that he had plans.
Does that mean he has the painting?
Yes. He joked about a secret place. Something about the original being behind my behind. I didn't understand.
Thanks, Bijou. You've been very helpful.
You know, I had the strangest dream earlier. Henri was here, and we danced together again. Such bliss.
That must have been wonderful. Anyway, thanks again for your time, and... Nico, I think it's time we went to London.
George, do you have something you need to tell me?
No. Can't think of anything right now. Let's go, shall we? So in the end, Hobbs was at the heart of the whole scam.
All we have to do now is find the painting.
Yeah, then we blow everything open and nail Medovsky.
I get that front page story.
And I get to clear my name and keep my job.
So much for your devil-worshipping Gnostic, George.
Well, you know me. Nothing I like more than a good conspiracy. Hold on a second.
What's the matter?
This chain. It's from the gate.
So?
It's been forced.
A break-in?
Or maybe a breakout? Hobbs escaping from Lady Piermont?
Maybe. But this doesn't feel right.
Hey, Nico, take a look at this.
Do you think someone used it to force the gate?
Possibly. But their loss is our gain. You never know when you're going to need a crowbar. I decided to leave the handbrake alone. A blast on the horn had worked last time. Ominous. I decided to leave the dumpster alone. One Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi. No Hobbs.
Out cold, probably.
It was Hobbs's mailbox. Hey, Nico. This drain pipe looks climbable.
Are you mad?
Hey, get out of here!
Seagull problem, George?
That's one nasty bird. That would be pointless. It would have made a cool grappling hook, but then I realized the yarn wasn't strong enough to carry my weight. They didn't... Well, it seemed like... That wasn't... Hey, Nico.
What, Josh?
Do me a favor and honk the horn.
No problem.
That would be point... Hey, Nico.
What, Josh?
Nico, could you honk the horn again?
Sure.
The crane was rusted solid. I'd need more force to free it. Hey, Nico.
What, Josh?
Sorry, Nico.
Hurry up, Josh. Be careful, George.
Wait there, Nico. I'll come and let you in. Something isn't right.
We'd better be careful.
Whoa. You'd better come and take a look at this.
Mon Dieu. It's a Manet.
Oh, no, it's not. It's a Hobbes. In the style of Manet. Or, as the experts prefer to call it, a forged Manet. Hobbes isn't just a restorer, he's a full-blown forger.
Oh, that must be...
You. Hobbes is good. You look very pretty.
And that's you. Oh my, you look very...
Violated.
Yes. Is that Lady Piermont?
Yes.
Is she
Yep.
in your...
Yeah.
Oh, so all along we were just modeling for a forgery.
Forgery. Terrific, huh? I can add it to my murder rap. Let's just pretend this never happened, okay?
Thanks, George. That was really starting to annoy me.
There were no freezing Lady Piermonts to... Locked. If Hobbs is home, he's behind. A metal strip had been welded to the door frame, specifically to stop anyone levering the door open. The door looked reinforced. La Malediccio had to be in there somewhere.
What are you doing?
I'm not exactly sure yet. The elevator platform had metal hoops for securing cargo. I had a feeling the chain was going to be useful. That should do the trick.
So what now?
Let's see what Hobbs keeps tucked away up here.
So this is Hobbs's lair.
Not exactly the penthouse suite, is it? This is a true masterpiece.
A fake masterpiece, you mean?
I wouldn't like to try and clean anything in this sink.
Thankfully, I don't think you'll have to.
Apart from some old pipework, the cupboard was empty. Strange. Hey, Nico, come and take a look at this. This painting. There's something familiar about it.
It's a woman's buttocks, George.
I know that, but I recognize him. Know what? I think it's Bijou.
I don't want to know how you know that, George. But didn't she say the painting was hidden behind her behind?
Exactly.
So maybe.
Damn it, it's screwed into the wall. That wasn't... La Malediccio!
We found it!
Amazing!
You're sure it's the real thing?
Well, I'm no expert, but yeah, it must be.
Look! In the middle!
It's the same face that Hobbs drew on his sketch, and the same symbol cut into his forehead.
He must have uncovered it when he was cleaning the painting. But I wonder why a tree was originally painted over it.
Like Simeon said, hidden Gnostic secrets. We've got the painting, Nico, but there's gotta be more to find in here.
You're right. Once the police are involved, we won't get another chance.
Who knows what useful objects this cupboard might hold?
Don't get too excited, George.
Well, looky here. A useful bottle of Diet Cola. You never know when you might need a Diet Cola. Nico.
What is it?
Hobbs's answer phone, and he's got messages.
Let's hear them.
You have 2 messages. Message 1.
Hobbs, Medovsky here. I'm at the airport. I have to be quick. My flight leaves shortly, and
Final call for passengers for flight BA470 to Barcelona.
it is a shame that you would like to be released from our agreement. It was mutually lucrative. But if that is your wish, I respect it. I shall send my men around to tie up any loose ends.
Take care, my friend. Message 2. Hello, darling. It's Bijou. Look, sweetie, but I'm going to have to put our little plans on hold. I've spoken to that insurance man and his girlfriend and told them pretty much everything. I want to be with you, Wilfie, but Henri's murder, you know. Anyway, I can't possibly leave here until his name is cleared. I feel so guilty, darling. Do you think he knew about us? Do take care with that Russian, my love. Bon voyage, my love. À bientôt. You have no more messages.
Wow.
So Bijou knew about everything. At least she was faithful to Henri in the end. And what if Madovsky's guy got here first?
What if Madovsky's guy's still here? Another Hobbs masterpiece. The sofa was a wreck. Oh no.
What's up?
Nico?
Oh no! Hobbs! Is he?
Dead? Sure looks that way.
Poor guy.
He's been strangled. You know, maybe Simeon was right. It seems like anyone who gets close to this painting dies.
The painting didn't kill him, Georges. This is all about money.
Whoever did this was a professional. We need to be careful. Hobbs had been strangled. Dead man's mince. No law against taking him.
You have no shame, Georges.
Hobbs had got in way over his head. The skylight was leaking. Hobbs had been using the bucket to catch the water. The mechanism was for opening and closing the skylight. It looked corroded. The skylight was slightly ajar. Take a look at this. Someone's cut out a painting from this frame in a hurry. The canvas left around the frame looks just like La Maledizio. If we've got the original,
Then whoever killed Hobbs has grabbed themselves a forgery.
whoever... A beautiful scene.
Come on, Georges. We need to get going.
It was a still life. That was... We had La Malediccio, but we needed to try and figure out who killed Hobbs. That wouldn't... Nico, come and take a look at this. Looks Looks like Hobbs has been busy. A map of Catalonia, sketches and notes on the painting.
Do you think Hobbes was looking for this tabula veritatis?
I think Hobbs was a lot cleverer than he seemed. I wondered what Hobbs was looking for on a map of Catalonia. Another Ouroboros. Looks like Hobbs picked the painting apart for clues.
There must be something here that shows us where the tablet is.